Hi everyone, I'm here with a Sweet Stamp Shop post today, and I'm going to be using the set Old Fashioned Afternoon, and I'll link it up on the blog so you can see what it looks like. This is a design team prototype set. The only thing I've done off screen or off camera is I cut down a piece of Neenah Desert Storm cardstock to 4.25 by 5.5, and then I added this wonderful Sunray pattern paper from my Echo Park Splash paper pad. You can see I've used quite a bit of it, but these are really fun colors, perfect for the summer, I have to say. So I use this paper right here, and I wanted kind of them to be coming off of the edge, so that's why I lined them up that way. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. I want to create I want to use the bike and maybe one of the small air balloons or something. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it. I don't do sketches, so we'll just figure out how it goes. I want to create a hilltop, real simple, out of pattern paper. So I've got this On the Bright Side paper pack by My Mind's Eye. They have some fabulous papers in there, and they have a lot of chevron, and I'm really really into the chevron. So I think I'm going to do a chevron hill. So I can either pick this one and do a bigger chevron, or I can do one of these smaller ones, and I think I'm going to go with the smaller one because it's a little less busy for the background paper that we have right now. So all I'm going to do is just kind of cut some hills, just free form. And you'll have some really fun hills, and then when you put them down, I like to rough up the edges a little bit because I just like that look. So I'm using this as a edge distresser from Close to My Heart, but you can use, there's all kinds of edge distressors on the market and on Simon Says Stamp, and if you don't want to buy an edge distresser, you can use a serrated kitchen knife. That works really well. Just be careful not to cut yourself. So I'm just slowly, not wanting to do too much, and then you can kind of do some more with your fingernail, and then you've got a fun like edged look there. Now I'm not ready to put that down just yet because I want to figure out where I'm going to place my bike. This old-fashioned, really fun bike I want to stamp in just black. So I think I might want I think I'm going to stamp the image first. And when I'm not doing any watercoloring or coloring, I usually use my VersaFine Onyx Black ink. But of course any ink will work. And I'm just going to pick it up with a block that actually fits. And I'm going to ink up my little fun bike, which, how fun would this be to ride around in? I just want to make sure it's inked up really good. And I'm just going to kind of center it and just do a little eyeball type thing here and then stamp. Super fun. And then I can go back and put the hills kind of where I want it. I can line it up, and I think if I adhere it down just like that, it'll look like it's like perfect. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere my hill down. I'm using the Glue Arts Glue Glider Pro. I really love this. It's not big like an ATG gun, and the refills are incredibly cheap. And you can get all that off of Simon Says Stamp, and I will link that up all on the blog. So I'm just going to line up how I wanted my hill to look. Looks like the bike is just kind of nesting right on there. And you can still use your finger and get up that edge look as much as you like. And then just cut off the excess. Okay, now I want to do a little bit of paper piecing. I want to add these hot air balloons, somehow tie them into my project. So I want to do a little bit of paper piecing. So I picked a couple of pattern papers from the same stamp set, Splash by Echo Park, that I thought, you know, all the colors go together, but I didn't want to be like completely crazy with color to where, you know, it's a pain to look at. So I'll probably kind of lay it out a little bit like that. So I'm probably going to do the blue for the big one and then the yellow for the small one. So again, I'm just going to stamp it in my VersaFine ink. And this is just some of the scrap I had left over from when I cut it down to fit my card base. It's just the back side. The good thing, I love Echo Park because they're double-sided. So I'm just going to stamp my little balloon there, and I will stamp my bigger balloon here. And when you're stamping, you can find a pattern that really, you really like. So I want to kind of line up one of the lines of the balloon over this kind of orange strip, because I don't really want that orange strip like one of the main focal points of my balloon. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. I'll do that off camera because that's boring. I went ahead and cut those out, and then a key to always have it looking like you have a good cut, I cannot fussy cut to save my life, is just go around the edges with a Copic marker that matches your stamp. I find using the chisel edge works for me of a Copic marker, but if you have a big brush pen or whatever, any kind of marker, just go around the edges and it really looks like you've got a really good, you're really good with your cuts. Alright, so I think I'm going to pop the big balloon up with some foam dimension. And I think I'll keep the little one flat. So they're kind of going to be layered one on top of each other. And maybe a little bit like that. So I'm going to put my my big balloon down first. And then this one, I'm going to use some Tombow Mono Multi-Liquid Glue. I love this glue for intricate pieces, and you also have a little bit of room. You can move it around on your paper before it's permanent. And I always like to have that little bit of time in case I'm not quite happy with where I want it. I think I'll do something like that. And then press it down, and in a few seconds it'll be permanent and won't be moving. So that's that. So only thing I have left is to figure out a sentiment and just some finishing touches. I think I want to keep my sentiment very plain because there's so much going on in this card. There's so many patterns and things. So there's a sentiment that says lovely day 2, and then you could do flying a kite, a bicycle ride. You can build your own sentences, but I just want to use lovely day, and I want to kind of put it right here off to the side, and that's all I want to do. So I'm actually going to cut this stamp. If you use good scissors, you can do this, and you can always put them back on your acrylic block the way that you want them to if you want to use them again. But I just wanted that one thing, just say lovely day, that's all I want to say. And I'm going to stamp it right here in the orange using that VersaFine ink again. Just like that. So the last thing I want to do, I think I want to add a little rhinestone to the tire here. And kind of use my finger, make sure these edges are distressed the way I like them. I just happen to have this sitting on my desk, so I'm just going to add a little bit of it to the hills. This is the Mowed Lawn Seasonal Distress Ink from the summer pack. It just happened to be sitting on my desk, so I'm just going to add just a little bit to the bottom of the hills. I didn't ink it up or anything, I just looked over and saw it was laying there. My desk is a mess, if only you could see it. And here's the card for today using Old Fashioned Afternoon by the Sweet Stamp Shop. So I hope you had a good time. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Bye.